Scotland. The green, mystical, and all-around different country of Northern Europe. Home of whiskey men in skirts, Harry Potter and William Wallace, a man who will always remain in our memories. Its population is around 5,460,000. In 1 in 7 Scots is ginger. It is thought that this is due to the lack of sunlight, and every year a ginger parade is organized in Edinburgh. But did you know that many of the names we know are actually Scottish? For example, Graham Bell, who invented the telephone, is Scottish. Alexander Fleming, who invented penicillin, is Scottish. Sherlock Holmes, the inspiration for detective novels, is a product of the enormous mind and imagination of Scottish author Arthur Conan Doyle, philosopher David Hume, and Adam Smith, the founder of liberal economic theory, were Scottish. Much of the Harry Potter series was written in a cafe in Edinburgh, the capital of Scotland. Scotland is located in the north of the British Isles. Throughout history, as neighbors of the English, they have experienced great oppression and have always had to struggle. The most important historical characters are William Wallace and Robert Bruce. Who can forget the movie Braveheart, directed and starring Mel Gibson as William Wallace? According to the true story, William's father, brother, and his beloved newly married wife were killed by the British. At the same time, 2 British soldiers challenged William in a fish market. The incident resulted in the death of 2 British soldiers. All these events pushed him to start a rebellion, and he managed to defeat the British many times. However, he was finally captured and tried and hung on the gallows with his feet tied behind his horse, but he was released when he was about to die. He was immobilized, exhausted. He was disemboweled and dismembered while alive. Despite all these tortures, he still did not ask the king for forgiveness, and his head was separated from his body. His body was dismembered and exhibited in various parts of England. It is estimated that he was only 33 or 35 years old in August 1305, the year he died. The rebellion that he led was won by Robert Bruce, and his descendants were the dynasty of a free Scotland for hundreds of years. Today, however, Scotland is still not an independent country. It continues to exist as one of the 4 countries of the United Kingdom, i.e. the British. In the independence referendum held in recent years, 55% voted no. So this time they chose to be part of the United Kingdom. The name of the Scots' very different traditional clothes is kilt. It is a one-piece skirt that comes from the waist to the knee and has different patterns symbolizing each clan. Rumor has it that many years ago, when hunters went hunting, their clothes up to their legs would get dirty and muddy, and as a solution to this they wore skirts and then continued to wear them on special occasions at weddings. Today, of course, it is not used in daily life. You can often see them at special celebrations, weddings, national days, or festivals. Let's take a look at the musical instrument most identified with Scotland. Doesn't the sound of bagpipes have a profound effect on the human soul? It is known that the bagpipe is actually an Asian musical instrument, but it was adopted and developed by the Scots. Scotland is a country of mountainous greenery and 790 large and small islands. It is easy to get goosebumps when you see its unspoiled nature and preserved medieval architecture. Now we are about to enter a creepy cemetery like no other in the world. This is Greyfriars Kirkyard Cemetery in Edinburgh. For 450 years the dead have been buried here, but what makes it interesting are the shapes carved into the stones. The skeletons, the dead, and the spooky writings that look like something out of a modern-day horror movie have inspired many artists. Some scenes of the Harry Potter movie were shot in this cemetery. What kind of people are the Scots in general? Of course, every society has its good and bad people. Therefore, although it is not right to have a general judgment, we can get some ideas. First of all, I should say that they are fun and loud people. Due to the very cold climate of the country, there is more of a pub culture. You can see them sitting in pubs for hours drinking beer or whiskey, singing and spending their time. If you get along, you can have a lot of fun, but there are some people who are interested in fighting and will try to provoke you. It's also a paradise for those who like to drink and eat meaty food. After all, we are talking about a people whose national drink is whiskey. Have you seen this dog statue before? His name is Bobby. After his owner of 3 years died, no one could keep him from his grave. Even though the cemetery attendant chased him many times, somehow he came back. Finally, a place was built next to his owner's grave where he could stay, and he stayed there for 13 years until he died. Only at 1 o'clock in the afternoon did he continue to go to the cafe where he used to go to eat, a habit left by his owner. His statue was built in front of that cafe. It is one of Scotland's most famous symbols. This loyal friend in his story must be the warm stories of a country with a cold climate. The other important symbols of Scotland that bind them to their land are, of course, castles. There are more than 200 castles in the country, and many of them are preserved in all their splendor. The most famous are Edinburgh and Stirling castles. If you happen to be in the capital city of Edinburgh, you will be amazed at how well the city has preserved its history while modernizing. Each city in Scotland brings to life different periods of human history. There are over 15,000 documented local dances in Scotland. Experts believe that the number of undocumented ones is as large as the recorded ones. You will see how different Scottish dances are at festivals and parties. The official symbol of the country is the unicorn. I guess it sounds normal that Harry Potter, the Gothic tombs, Sherlock Holmes, the beautiful nature in the symbol of the country is a unicorn. In terms of religion today, 50% of the population identify themselves as Christian, while 45% say they do not belong to any religion. When we look at these percentages, it seems that religion has been relegated to the second or even third plan of the social structure. The country has a very good level of education, especially the University of Edinburgh is one of the world's leading universities. Even the first successful sheep cloning was carried out in the laboratories of Edinburgh University. In short, Scotland is one of the most beautiful countries to live in every way. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the video for more such videos.